Ambati Rayudu versus Vijay Shankar. It's a battle between experience and youth, between fire and ice, between biryani and rasam. The lead up to the Indian cricket team announcement was heavily anticipated, with debate over which fast bowler should go to England, who should open the batting, and whether or not MS Dhoni, India's best wicketkeeper and finishing batsman, should be selected. Because at some stage, Indian fans decided to hate him, but now they love him again, I think. Who knows? But that number 4 spot was something that went relatively under the radar. Captain Virat Kohli himself stated in 2018 that the position was pretty much solidified with Rayudu in top form.
These 18 games would be to give the perfect combination that we want to take into the World Cup. We only changed the number 4 slot because we wanted someone to cement it, but we believe that Rayudu is the right person.
Which is exactly why the announcement to choose novice Shankar over the seasoned Rayudu came as such a surprise. Because the number 4 spot in cricket is arguably one of the toughest. You need a batsman who is versatile, who can adapt to any circumstance. Openers out with a moving ball, the number 4 needs to see through new leather and buckle down. And if the team gets off to a decent start, the number 4 has to be effective against spin, continuing to rotate strike and score the occasional boundary. If the top 3 manage to last a while, the number 4 has to swing his huge levers and hit a long ball. And in the event of an emergency, the number 4 rushes onto the field. This isn't to say that other batsmen shouldn't be versatile, but that the probability for a number 4 to face such a variety of situations is incredibly high. Richards, De Villiers, Inzamam, Miandad, and Peterson all batted primarily at that position, and they're genuine ODI goats. On the flip side, Tendulkar, Sangakkara, Ponting, Lara, and Kallis, another flock of goats, preferred batting at 3. So while the number 4 is an important role, it's not necessarily one that is filled by the best batsmen. And looking forward to the 2019 World Cup, we can expect to see at number 4 Ross Taylor, Mushfiqur Rahim, and those are pretty much the only guys who specifically bat there. Morgan, Dhoni, Marsh have all played at 4, but there's no guarantee that they'll be their mainstay. The big 4, and I realize I'm saying the number 4 a lot, but the big 4, Root, Kohli, Smith, and Kainos, all bat at 3. So even the current GOATs avoid that elusive 2 down. All this shows that the number 4 batsman is a bit of a black hole that seems almost overlooked in cricket. Therefore, it's perfectly understandable that A, selectors and analysts were more focused on establishing the pillars the Indian team would build around rather than the 4th batsman, and B, it was always going to be a spot up for grabs. Right, so we've established that the number 4 doesn't have to be the best, but they do play a very specific role, one that Rayudu has proved he can do. But it was the chief selector's rationale that caught everyone's attention.
What Vijay Shankar offers is 3 dimensions.
Most importantly, it caught Rayudu's attention. One untimely tweet later, he finds himself the subject of a media frenzy, social media outrage, and most importantly, memes. It also doesn't help that the phrase 3-dimensional was used again and again after, by Pakistani selector Inzamam ul Haq and Sri Lankan selector Ashanta Demel.
So Jeevan Mendes also brings the 3-dimensional option.
And safe to say, people were pretty excited about the Chennai Hyderabad IPL match that would take place merely days after the incident. The crowd swelled as Shankar ran up to bowl Rayudu, and the memes nearly reached their second coming when he almost chopped the ball onto his stumps. But at the end of the game, there was no rivalry. There were no harsh words, and even though Rayudu is known for his temper, all this goes to show that media and memes have a twisted way of portraying reality. Should Rayudu have responded that way? Probably not. But after all, this is his livelihood. Playing cricket is how he supports his family. For most of us, it's how we disappoint our families. And getting left out of the most important tournament, especially at his age, is tough to reconcile with. Ultimately, you have to feel for him. I'm happy that Vijay Shankar gets a chance to step up. He could be India's answer for their number 4. But with every inclusion is an exclusion. And they are, after all, human beings. But keep memeing. It's about time cricket caught up to the rest of the world.